When the gunfire between Israel and Iran temporarily ceases, when the gunfire changes the tone of history. Echoes of the shadows of the past. What do you think is behind it? I recalled the lessons in history class, where I saw the Hebrews and Persians fighting in war. But on some pages of the book, I found that they once reached out to each other. The scene of the war between Israel and Iran that just ended made me think back, not just to the news, but also to my school days. At that time, I studied the history of war in ancient times, the image of the Hebrews fighting against greater empires, or the war between Israel and Persia during the Achaemenid Empire. One day in class, I wondered, in the end, did they just want victory or just the chance to exist in that land? Thousands of years have passed, and it seems that question has not been answered. Going back more than 2,500 years ago, the Hebrews were captives of the Babylonian Empire. The temple in Jerusalem was destroyed. They were taken captive to Babylon, lost their nation, lost their faith. But then the ancient Persians appeared. Cyrus the Great, the king who did not burn the city. Once, the great Persian king led his army to overthrow the Jewish empire. And once, the prophetic prophecy predicted the day of its downfall. When the Persian Empire under Cyrus conquered Babylon in 539 BC, he did not burn, did not wipe out, did not slaughter. But he declared all the Jewish captives free, allowed them to return to build Jerusalem and restore the temple. This was not just politics, but rehumanization. Despite their different religions and civilizations, the Jews recorded the name Cyrus in the Hebrew Bible as God's servant, even though they did not even know Yahweh. History does not sleep. It is being awakened again in the battlefield of information. Today, Israel and Iran are no longer allies, but they are on opposite sides of the geopolitical, religious, and ideological conflict. One is the Jewish state. The other is the Shia Muslim state. Both look at each other with suspicion. While history has recorded that they once relied on each other more than ever, in the modern world where rockets and drones fly across the sky, we may forget that the beginning of many wars is not just guns. But it may start with belief and prophecy that the previous generations left behind. The war that is happening may just be a repeat of the prophecy in the Old Testament, and people are following the same path without realizing it.